Mueller and at least 3 other American civilians, James Foley, Stephen Sotloff, and Peter Kassig, are among thousands of deaths blamed on ISIS. At its peak in 2015, the terror group controlled large sections of Syria and Iraq. Holly Williams has covered its rise and fall. So, Holly, good morning. How much is Baghdadi's death likely to damage the group he founded?
Well, good morning. Well, at the very least, this is a symbolic blow to ISIS, because remember, this is the man who stood up in a mosque in Iraq 5 years ago and declared himself the caliph or leader of a so-called Islamic State. After their split from al-Qaeda, he led ISIS to the peak of their violent rampage, ruling over an estimated 10 million people at one point, enslaving women, carrying out gruesome executions and exporting terror to Europe and the US. But ISIS was never about one man. It is about an ideology. It is an extreme and violent interpretation of Islam. Some would say a perversion of Islam. And that doesn't end with Baghdadi, and that doesn't end with ISIS. Other jihadist groups have replaced their leaders quite quickly when they've been killed, and there's little doubt that ISIS will do the same. One likely successor is a character known as Abu Abdullah Qardash. Like Baghdadi, he apparently spent time in a prison camp in Iraq following the US invasion of 2003. That camp became an incubator for jihadis. President Trump said yesterday that Baghdadi's caliphate has been, quote, obliterated. And it's true that ISIS lost control of its last remaining patch of territory in Syria in March. But the Pentagon's watchdog says that ISIS still has up to 18,000 members in Syria and Iraq. And in eastern Syria, that's the area from which President Trump ordered US troops to withdraw this month, Kurdish forces say they're holding up to 12,000 accused ISIS fighters. An American general described those prisoners to me last month as a, quote, contained fighting force. So Baghdadi is dead, but ISIS is still very much alive. Gayle.
All right, more work to be done there. Thank you very much. Holly Williams reporting from Istanbul.